Hey everyone, Nick from Nick's Crossing here. Welcome back to the training room, guys. Finally glad to be up here filming. I have been dealing with all kinds of illnesses ever since this Amherst show, and in this video we're going to talk about my Amherst experience, and also the big question: is it worth it to go as an O-gauger, O-scaler? And also the final thing, I want to show you guys some of the cool things I picked up that weekend. So, anyways, let's get into this video. Here we go. All aboard. Alrighty, guys, so Amherst. So, how this all started was that my buddy Dave from DA Griffin Hobby reached out to me and was like, hey, are you interested in going to the Amherst show? And I said, you know what? If we can work this out with transportation or whatever, sure, I'll go to Amherst. So, it's kind of a spur of the moment thing. I was like, kind of on the fence, do I really need to go to the show? Do I really need this or that? I also had some things happen in my car that week, so I'm like, I don't have a lot of money to go. But we made it happen. I got up to Amherst, and we had a great time. And also, on this trip, I was able to see Dave's layout, his studio layout. That's got so many cool things to it. I wish I had the amount of space that Dave has, being shoved up here in the attic. Don't have a lot of space, but he's got this huge garage space with mountains that go up, 10 feet in the air. It's going to be so cool to see when everything's running and rocking and rolling. But it was really cool to see his studio layout, take some shorts and whatever, pick each other's brains about ideas. And we also took apart one of his steam engines that I sent him some parts to fix, so hopefully he gets those very soon. But we had a great time. So the following day we went up to Amherst, and we got up there pretty early and got our tickets situated. That was a whole mess. We get in there, and I'm just like, holy crap, there's a lot of stuff. There's stuff everywhere. Between like dealers selling new stuff, people selling old or used stuff. It's pretty cool just to see a mix of absolutely everything thrown into there. And then we looked at the map. We're like, oh God, there's 3 other buildings to this show. So I was completely blown away. Now, another interesting thing about this show is that I live on the East Coast, but I'm in Pennsylvania. So we get lots of Pennsylvania railroad names like the Pennsylvania, or you also have New York Central stuff everywhere, Reading, CNJ, just to name a few. And at this show, you got a lot of northeastern railroads like New Haven or Boston and Maine, Boston and Albany, New York Central, B&O. So stuff that I usually don't see down here, I saw up there at the show. So that was pretty cool to see a whole different, different network of road names compared to everything down southeast here. Is very, very predictable. You're going to get lots of Pensy stuff, or, yeah, I forgot to mention B&O's down here too. But it was very interesting to see that different category in road names. So we get to the show and everything. We're looking around, and we've noticed a lot of O-gauge stuff. There's just piles of stuff everywhere. People selling their private collections or trying to do like a dealer swap type of thing. So it's really cool to see that, because I was told before, oh, you won't find any O-gauge stuff there or O-scale. It's all HO. It's all other stuff. You won't like it. Don't go. And I will say that is completely false. I had a great time at the show. On top of that, there are lots of dealers there selling O-scale stuff. So you have Atlas, MTH, Lionel. My favorite of the 3 at the show was Atlas, because they gave me a catalog. They're very approachable. They walked up to me, asked if I had any questions about products, that I pre-order stuff. It was just very, very inviting compared to Lionel. Everyone kind of standing around like this. No questions asked. How are you? Or what are you looking at? Do you run trains? Are you interested in buying? It's like, it was just kind of standoffish. MTH only had one guy, I believe it was Rich. So he had a lot of people standing in line to talk to him. Also talked to the representative from Ross that was there. Bought some Tortoise switch controllers there that were really, really well priced. He had a whole box full of them. It's pretty cool. And then also talked to Bar Mills, JT's Mega Steam. So all these big brands that we use almost every day, like I use smoke fluid up here. It was cool to see these brands and actually talk to them. And not all these brands come out to York anymore, especially the big angry orange box store does not go to York anymore. So it's kind of cool to see like their setup at least. Like I said, personally, it just was not the best experience. But it was just cool to see all this stuff. So I will say, as an O-gauger, yes, it is worth it to go. From a buying standpoint, Grozbowski's was there, who's huge. He had this huge setup in the back wall. Trains with a Z was there selling only O gauge, and a couple other guys had tables set up in that same hall. But you just had to walk around just like every other show. Now, I will say another cool aspect of this train show was that there are tons of layouts. So it is, in my opinion, it's healthy to see other scales, to see what they're doing, to maybe interpret it into your scale or get ideas from. So I thought that was very, very cool to see other layouts that I may have never seen before running, like a G scale layout that's like 200 feet long. It's pretty amazing to see. They always had something going on. I couldn't stop filming that layout because I'd look away, finish filming this, and then all of a sudden I'd hear like a toot or a whistle or a horn behind me. And I'd be like, oh God, what is that? And I had to film that too. So it was a very compulsive filming experience because I couldn't get away from that table. It was just so many things going on. So yes, it was definitely worth it, guys. If you're an O gauge or O scaler, definitely come out to the show. It was a blast. So guys, I want to get into some of the cool things I picked up from the Amherst show. Alrighty guys, so I want to show you some of the pieces I picked up that weekend. And the reason why I say weekend is because Dave did the worst thing ever, and he took me to a train store that I've never been to. And he said there's tons of cool stuff. And I spent part of my budget in this train store before the train show. So we went to Tom's Trains of Ardsley, New York, and it was an unfamiliar place to me, but a really cool little town. And I picked up this car right here that has been on my list for a very long time. And that is this O-scale work car. It's a Lionel, and it's got the work car sounds, which we'll play in just a few minutes here. But this car is a kitchen sounds bunk car. So you got guys talking about wieners and beans and bacon. It's kind of weird, not going to lie. Nikki was up here. She's like, did that guy just say something about wieners? I was like, yeah, you did. You heard it. It's coming from the boxcar. But the guy says, like, these are the best wieners I've ever had or tasted. It's like, okay, whatever. Going to keep it PG. But I didn't make this car. Lionel did the sounds in here, I swear. But there you go. Lionel sounds car right there. So we'll throw this on the track in a few minutes here. But it's a really cool car. I wish it smoked. It's like one of those Lionel things, like they're this close, but you missed it. Because the smoke, the stack goes off to the side, like you can pour smoke fluid in it. But there's no smoke unit in here. So what were you guys thinking? This is the stuff that irritates me about Lionel, guys. And I don't want to go on a rant. But it's like, you get this close, this close, and then smoke unit would have been like, yeah, you did it. But no. You took a part off a smoking caboose or a smoking car just to be cheap, and you put it on this. And now, if I wasn't smart enough to look down there, I would pour smoke fluid in there. Or, a kid sees that and says, oh, the other cabooses smoke, or someone else, and they pour a bottle of smoke fluid, and this ruining the board in your sound car. So, stuff like that, it's just like, just mold the piece. Mold it. I know you guys can do it. But that's the stuff that ticks me off about Lionel. So, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. Alrighty guys, so now we're into our Amherst show haul. So first off, I have most of them installed, but I bought a bunch of Tortoise switch controllers after you guys told me about, yeah, you can have these little switch controllers called tortoises that switch your track really smoothly. So I picked up a bunch of those from the show, and I've installed 2 of them out of the 4. The other 2 are on my desk buried with a bunch of junk, but we'll get those in very soon. But the switch controllers are really easy to install, come with everything you need other than a switch. And they were like $20 a piece, so not too expensive. But I got those over at the Ross booth. Like I said, really good people over there at Ross. Had a great time. But walking around, one of the guys from Markland handed me this. So I don't own Markland trains, but there's a really cool sticker. So one of my favorite manufacturers of like model parts was there as well. And they are Bar Mills. So they had a bunch of cool stuff in all different scales. They had these rubber tires that are going to look great next to my auto shop to the right of the camera. Then also, I'm going to use these as like boxcar loads or something. Got like crates, broken crates and stuff. You have to paint them. Here's another longer one, like a double door boxcar. Just crates and stuff you can paint, make them look all pretty. And then this is really cool. This is the InstaFence. I had one of these. Ended up getting rid of it. I don't know why. 'Cause they're not inexpensive, but there you go. You got the Instafence. So I was gonna put that going around the auto shop here, right up against the railroad, to kind of mark, its space. People don't like drive out in the railroad, I guess. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to add fences in some random spots. But there you go. Their stuff's not cheap. I think these little things are stupid expensive, but I was like, oh, Bar Mills is here. Might as well pick up some stuff. They had some beautiful displays in their booth of their models and such, and it was just really, really nice to see what they can do with their 3D printed parts. Also, I don't know if their buildings are laser printed, but it's just really cool to see. Alrighty, guys, so this kind of gets me upset about Lionel again in this video. So at the show, I was looking at these newer reefers from Lionel, and I'm like, wait a minute, these doors don't even open. There's not even a door detail. It just looks like some nubs. And I'm like, wait a minute, I have these cars. They're just like 30 plus years older. They're from Crown Model Works or whatever, Crown Model Production. And here's an old Crown car. And look at that. Someone drew the doors on. These doors do not open. I got this car for $20. Western Pacific Fruit Express or whatever. Refrigerator car, Pacific Fruit Express car, whatever. So this car was $20, guys. So Lionel, I don't know if they acquired the tooling for these, but the doors on here are not painted on either. Someone took a marker and like marked them out by hand. So I think it's stingy that Lionel actually just reused the tooling and did not put doors on their cars. They're selling for $90 a piece. So compared to that, this is what they used to do at Lionel. They used to make beautiful cars like these right here. Now, this is a Hood's milk car, grade A milk with the cow logo. I love that. And these doors open. Ready for this, guys? Here you go. Little latch comes off, and then the doors open. There you go. And on the inside, pop the roof off. And there's your milk tanks in the inside right there. So instead of doing cool stuff like this they did a couple years ago, Lionel's totally cheaping out and doing the Crown model boxcar look and selling the car or trying to sell it for $90+. That is just a bunch of crap. But this car right here, I picked this up for $35 at the train show, and the gentleman that sold me both of these had the other Crown car, or the other Hood's car right here. And same deal, roof comes up. It's got the tanks on the inside, doors open. But that is just a beautiful car. In the back, it has like this bumper here that's sprung. These are sprung trucks, or sprung bunk trucks or whatever. Just beautiful, beautiful work on this car. And got them both for under the price of one of those new junky $90 Crown model bootleg Lionel cars. Alrighty, guys, so I got 3 more cars for you. We have 3 of these 2-bay hoppers, and these are the maintenance away hoppers from Lionel. So I got these over at Trains for a really, really good price, and I'm trying to build a maintenance away train, and I sort of made that the theme of the Amherst show, to look for maintenance away cars and such to add to my maintenance away train. So guys, I'm going to turn this camera around and show you the Bunk car really quick and let you guys hear some of the ridiculous sounds. Alright guys, let's give her some power here. So you'll hear like a clunk sound. There we go. And give it a second, it actually cycles through. There we go.
Come and get it. I'll take some more bacon. Them's the best wieners I've ever tasted.
Yep, and there's the comment. That's a little weird. But as you let the car sit, it just adds a little bit of ambient sound to your layout, which is really cool. And then you'll hear some guys working. There's some other whistles in there and such. It's a cool idea. I really do like this car. Like I said, I wish it had the smoke unit in there for, you can see it a little bit better right now, but this goes off to the side. And it also doesn't really center up that well. I might glue this so someone doesn't mistake it as a smoke unit. Yeah, there's all kinds of sounds in there of guys working. There's a really nice whistle sound. It should be up soon. Alright, so those are the sounds of this bunk car, and the cool thing is once it starts to move, so it does have some really nice sounds, and then it resets to the kitchen sounds once the car is stopped. So it's not instant. Once the car detects the movement is stopped, then it plays the kitchen loop sound, so I thought that was pretty cool. Alrighty, everyone, that's going to do it for this video. My reaction to the Amherst show. Honestly, I think it's a great show for all scales, especially O-gauge, O-scale, to get some new ideas, see what's out there, and also check out some of the other scales and what they're doing in this ever-expansive hobby of model and toy train collecting. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, always consider subscribing, leave a like, leave a comment below. Until next time, everyone, happy railroading. We'll see you next time. See ya.